This is the Women and Water Forum, which is conducted within the framework of the International Water Conference.
So in water access in general, we know that the burden when you have dysfunctional systems, when you have access to water, let's say via municipal systems or piped water network, when these systems are not available, the burden tends to fall on women and girls in terms of going to fetch these water, and the distances that are traveled means, and the time that it takes, and we know from our analytics at the World Bank that it would take on average an hour or an hour and a half per day that women and girls waste to fetch this water, which means less time spent on education, which means less time spent on economic opportunities for women.
This week in Dushanbe, there are delegates from across the globe who come together to talk about the importance of water globally as we lead up to the 2026 next UN meeting focused on water. This morning, I had the opportunity to really focus on women and how women have an incredibly important role in water, giving opportunities to young women to express their views, be heard, and most importantly, have decision making. I think one of the other things for women is inclusion at national level governments, so that they understand what large-scale decisions are impacting their entire country. And I'd say last is really looking at the private sector and how women's economic buying power and decision-making can impact economies and bring more women into the markets and give them better choices.
The idea is that we think about what are the gender dimensions of this issue of water management, of safe drinking water and sanitation, how women are uniquely impacted, but they can also contribute. For example, in this forum this year, we want to talk about women in diplomacy. So what is the role of women in terms of leadership in governance of water? It can be at the level of government, public policy, but also at the level of communities. And some of the very key interventions are talking about, women are half of the population. If we are to do proper management of water resources, we need a collective effort. We cannot leave half of the population.
But it has united the different layers of women's society, our whole major group, around topics of water. And that's what we heard today here. Even the women in science in glacier are doing this. And then you have the ones that are in social inclusion. There's the ones that are water professionals. Yeah, we also heard that still we have a long way to go, but the line is like this, I'm very proud to have been part of this whole process. Very grateful to Tajikistan for their vision and their leadership.